Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. Today I have a new makeup tutorial for you. This is a fall inspired look, so if you want to see how this look is done, please keep watching. I'm using a lot of dark shadows for this look, so I'm going to prep my eyelids first before I do any foundation. This is Hard Candy's Glamoflauge in Ultra Light. I wanted something that was really fair to help make the eyeshadows pop, and this concealer is great for eyeshadow because it's really tacky. Eyeshadow palette I'm working with today is Kat Von D's Shade and Light palette. Really unique palette because it has cool tones, warm tones, and neutral tones in it. The first color I'm using is called Laetus. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm really going to work this into my crease, really blending and diffusing that shadow. If I'm going to concentrate the color at all, it's really going to be on the outer corners. That's really going to be the focus for this particular look. Next, I'm using the color Lucius and my 217 MAC brush, and I'm slowly going to trace my crease. I'm placing the color slightly below the first color that we used, then blending it towards the outer corner, and then down a little bit onto my lid, concentrating everything on the outer corner of the eye. You'll see that I am constantly going back to the palette, picking up a little bit more, and slowly building up the color. To deepen the outer corners of the eye, we're taking the color Solas and the flat edge of a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to pack this on the outer corner of my eye. Once I've packed the color on with no additional product on the brush, then I'm going to slowly blend it in towards the middle of my lid and then a little bit up into my crease. So you're creating a bit of a V formation, and this is going to blend into the other two shadows that we used, and the effect is just really beautiful. This black eyeshadow is called Shax. Now I have to say, black eyeshadows and palettes very often look almost like a charcoal color, or they look really ashy. This black eyeshadow is so beautiful because it is incredibly intense. I'm just taking a very little bit on the edge of my 217 brush, and I'm using it almost like an eyeliner, rubbing it along the edge of my lash line, and then again slowly blending it up towards my crease on the outer edge very slightly. I really want to keep this look very warm and soft, so for the lid I'm just going back in with the first color we used, Laetus, and I'm going to pack that on my lid, concentrating it on the inner corner of my eye to bring all of the colors together. The reason I didn't put on foundation first is because I knew I would have a lot of fallout underneath my eyes, so I'm just taking a makeup wipe to rub that all away so that I can continue with curling my lashes. I'm going to put on a couple coats of black mascara. This is from Maybelline. I think it's called Falsies mascara. And then I'm putting on lashes. The lashes I'm using today are Demi Wispies from Ardell, which are, again, my favorite everyday lash. My skin has started to get a little dry lately with the weather, so I'm using MAC's Face and Body as my foundation. I know this looks really dark on camera, but this color matches my chest. I'm using the color C2 and C4 blended together. I'm going to blend it in with my F80 Kabuki brush from Sigma. It is such a beautiful brush, and I'm just going to pat this and buff this right in. For concealer, I'm using LA Girl's HD Pro Concealers in Natural and Creamy Beige. Those are my two colors that I use. I use the Natural, which is a pinkier base closer to my under eye area, and then Creamy Beige for everywhere else that I like to highlight. And then I'm using just a blender, which I got from Winners, which is like Canada's version of Marshall's for all my US subscribers out there. Winners is awesome if you ever come to Canada. So to set my highlight, I'm actually going to use the baking technique. I'm taking the damp blender and using MAC's Prep and Prime transparent powder, and I'm just setting this underneath my under eye and then a little bit on my nose and wherever else I put the concealer. I'm using this kohl pencil from Sephora. I think it's just called Black. It's really great. It's very soft, very creamy, and I don't find I get any smudging from it. So I'm going to use this to line my waterline, and then I'm just going to run a little bit on the inner corner of my eye. I'm taking a flat edger brush with a combination of the chocolate brown and the black eyeshadow, and I'm just using this to soften the line that we created on the waterline. And then I'm taking whatever leftover product is on my 217 brush when I used the reddish color Succubus, and then I'm just using that to blend everything out and diffuse that a little bit more. Then with the eyeshadow, we can use a clean brush to sweep away all of that powder that we had baking underneath our eyes. It's a great technique to make your under eye area really, really bright. For my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, I'm using one of my favorite products from Urban Decay. This is one of their trio palettes where you have a bronzer and a blush and a highlighter for the tops of your cheekbones. This bronzer is really beautiful. It's matte. It has a hint of warmth to it, which I really don't mind. And then the blush is sort of this almost a coral color, but it's not quite as bright or neon as something that you would normally use in the summertime. And then the highlight is the very, very pink toned. Normally I would have used something a little bit more champagne colored for this particular look, but I kind of like the softness and the warmth that the pink highlight brought to the look. I love the idea of making this look almost a little bit monochromatic, so I'm using Spice Lip Pencil from MAC. And then for my lipstick, I'm using a color from Maybelline called Crazy for Coffee. Maybelline lipsticks are some of my favorites, drugstore or high-end. I think the quality is great. They have a great range of colors. You're not getting that frostiness that sometimes you can get with drugstore lipsticks. I'm just a huge, huge fan of them, and I pretty much have every color.
That is how this look is done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to describe. Don't forget to struggle is real. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.